know what to say. I don't know what to fucking say. I don't know what I'm going to say in this video. I have no plan for this video. You know when it's a standing up verdict that we're gonna have fireworks, aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my fucking god! We've just lost to Fulham. Fulham good side, to be fair. Actually well ahead of us in the table. We've actually passed out Liverpool now, and no credit to Fulham, they've had a fantastic season, don't get me wrong, but that from Chelsea, once again, I mean, I don't know why I'm so fucking acting so surprised, but once again, Chelsea have been pathetic. Turned over, quite simply, by, on paper, a team that shouldn't be able to turn them over. Fulham 2, Chelsea 1, West London is most certainly not blue, it is white. This time last year, maybe not this time last year, but no, not so long ago, we were saying that London is blue. Can you believe how fucking, you know, young and naive we all were to think that London was blue? Fuck me, man. What was wrong with us? What was wrong with us? There's so much to unpack here, and obviously one of the biggest talking points about this game was the fact that it's João Felix's debut. More on him in a bit, but I will start off with João Felix by saying he was our best player while he was on. He was the best player on the pitch for Chelsea. A player that's actually going at defenders. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. That little nutmeg on, I think it was Anthony Robinson inside the first couple of minutes. Absolutely brilliant. Had us all on our feet. We haven't seen anything like that for months. Dare I say, fucking years. A player with a bit of flair as well as to take the ball and actually go by a fucking man. Seriously, for the time that you were on, well done, João Felix. Well done. Like, the banter just goes beyond anything you've ever seen in your life. Because of all the players, and I knew it was going to happen. The fact that I'm able to call these things are going to happen. You could have bet your fucking house that Willian was going to score there tonight. And, what happened? He did! He fucking did! Of course he did! We all knew he was going to do it! Such a bad goal as well. I mean, he does well. I mean, it's typical Willian cutting in from the left-hand side onto that right foot, whipping one, not with an awful lot of power, goes through Azpilicueta. Chalobah, feet was a mess. Chalobah in general was a mess for Chelsea tonight. Absolute shocker from him. And you know I love Trevor Chalobah, but I'm not afraid to call players out that I like, and I will be getting into plenty of players. We did equalise in the second half, and very on brand. I think the last goal we scored, I mean certainly the last one I can remember us scoring, was against Nottingham Forest on New Year's Day, and it was the Raheem Sterling goal, the poxiest goal you'd ever see, and this goal from Kalidou Koulibaly wasn't much different, to be honest with you. Decent free kick from Mason Mount, whipped him with decent pace, hits the post, falls to Koulibaly, shocking bad goal. Leno probably should have done better with it, to be fair, but it gave us a bit of a lifeline, and you know, having someone, a difference maker on paper on the pitch like João Felix, you know, always gives you that little bit of hope, and it's the hope that kills you. João Felix then sent off for a horrific tackle on Tete. I mean, it's a red card every single day of the week. I don't think any Chelsea fans on social media or anywhere will be arguing that blatant red card on João Felix. But it just adds to the banter, doesn't it? It adds to the banter. Chelsea are just getting this fella. I think we only have him for 20 games, and I know he's going to miss 3 of those games, including the return fixture against Fulham, a game against Crystal Palace, and a game against fellow frauds Liverpool. But Fulham won it, and Kepa Arrizabalaga is certainly back after a good couple of months, to be fair, earning his place back in the team, deservedly so as well. But once again, what was he doing? Coming for a cross, Kepa can't do it. Don't expect Kepa to do it, because he fucking won't, alright? Cross is a loopy one, and honestly, if Kepa stays on his line, that header from Carlos Vinicius, on paper, shouldn't go past him. But he decides to come out and claim it, but he decides halfway through, actually, I'm not going to bother me whole coming out and claiming this one. So he kind of gets stuck in this kind of no man's land, and in the end gets nowhere near the ball, and Carlos Vinicius basically headed it into an empty net. What is only Carlos Vinicius' second Premier League goal. Willian's goal, by the way, only his second goal for Fulham. But honestly, 2-1 didn't flatter Fulham. I know even when we had 11 players on the pitch, we weren't in this fucking game. Fulham passed us off the park. They outthought us, they outfought us, they won every single duel. So slick with the pass, and clearly a team playing with incredible confidence under Marco Silva this season. That is why they're in the position that they are in. But Chelsea, fucking fraudulent again. Kepa, as I say, shocking for that goal, I think, from the Carlos Vinicius one. Either you're coming for it, or you're not. Make your mind up. Azpilicueta got destroyed by Willian all game. All game he gets destroyed by Willian. It's probably the worst I've seen Trevor Chalobah play in a Chelsea shirt. And, you know, I love Trevor Chalobah, as I say, but he was awful tonight. Thiago Silva, I feel so sorry for him, man. I feel so sorry for that Thiago Silva in the last couple of years in his career has to put up with this utter shit at Chelsea Football Club. Kalidou Koulibaly gets a goal, but apart from that, again, he was fucking shocking. He's not up to it. I'm sorry, he's just not up to it. Maybe a couple of years ago he was up to it. Maybe that's why Napoli were trying to flaunt him for 100 million back in the day. But he's not worth the colour of that. He probably never was, let's be honest here. But he is truly shocking. Lewis Hall had a bit of a stinker tonight as well. But again, tough on the young lad, thrown in at the deep end. Kind of looking for inspiration from the experienced players. You'll be looking for inspiration all fucking day, mate. You're not going to get it from these group of senior frauds in this group. Another injury as well, by the way. Denis Zakaria having to go off with another injury to Chelsea, just to add to the list, because why fucking not? Why not throw an extra player onto the fucking sick bed? Because that's what we need. That is what we fucking need. And Zakaria has actually been really promising, but he was poor tonight. He was poor. Mateo Kovacic is one of our most talented players, by far our best midfielder. But again, he was poor tonight. So poor. João Felix, a rush of blood to the head, I think, for that red card. It's an absolute definite red card, but I just feel bad for the lad. It's like he's been transferred from one prison to another prison. From Atletico Madrid to Chelsea. I mean, the lad just can't catch a fucking break. He's got such incredible talent. And for the first time, questionably in his career, he's been given a chance in this Chelsea team to maybe express that a little bit more than he would have been doing at Atletico Madrid. But unfortunately now, he's going to miss the next month of games for Chelsea, which is just great. Our only creative spark. He was so good. He was taking on defenders. He was drawing fouls. Dare I say it, Eden Hazard-esque from João Felix until he got sent off. Fuck me, unbelievable. Now we get on to possibly the two biggest frauds in this fucking team. Mason Mount is getting worse and worse as the weeks go on. And I loved Mason Mount, I really did. I loved the whole storyline behind him being a Cobham boy. Frank Lampard being his favourite player going up. I thought he was going to be that guy, I really did. So bad. So bad again. And one thing we used to praise Mason Mount for back in the day was his effort, the way he harassed and really did harry defenders when they were on the ball. Never made it easy. His pressing from the front was always so intense, but it's just gone. It's just like the enthusiasm is gone. And then we move on to Kai Havertz, right? A player who, admittedly, at times I've been a little bit reluctant to kind of give out about and criticise because he gave us that incredible moment in Porto. But I'm sick to death, right, of Kai Havertz living off that moment in Porto like he can just get away with it like he's fucking walking in the park every week. I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick to death of Kai Havertz. It's the fact that he doesn't play a clear through ball to João Felix in the second half, who was in acres of space. But let's be honest, even if he had made the pass, he probably would have not had the right fucking weight on it. He probably wouldn't have found him, because he's that fucking bad. He's a fraud. Like I said, living off that moment in Porto, horrendous on the ball, so lazy as well. I'm sick of Kai Havertz. Done. Sick of him. If you were to go through this Chelsea squad on paper, right, and look at it in the transfer window, either in January or the summer, and you go through it saying, right, who do I keep? Who do I sell? You'd go all the way down the list of Chelsea players, and I guarantee you would sell significantly more than you would keep. That could be a separate video in itself, right? Go through the Chelsea squad and say who stays and who goes in my book. Because they have just gone way past their fucking sell-by day. Chelsea aren't making top 4. Hell, Chelsea aren't making top 6 this season, my brother. So strap in, lads. This is it for a while, okay? This is what you're going to get from Chelsea for the foreseeable future, okay? The days of success of winning trophies, I mean, even consistently getting into the Champions League, are gone for the next 5 to 6 years. I'm telling you now, until a lot of this rotten deadwood is moved out of the club, we're still going to be stuck in this rut. Thomas Tuchel said it. The same problems because we have the same players in this fucking squad. Half of these players need to fuck off and not come back. Honest to God, I'm sick to death of about 85% of this fucking squad, man. They're finished. And who are we bringing off the bench, right? Jorginho. I mean, probably not much other options because Zakaria got injured. He kind of had to come off the bench. But Jorginho, sorry, he'd have to go as well. Conor Gallagher, fucking roadrunner. That's all he is, a fucking roadrunner. Hakim Ziyech, who evidently doesn't want to be here, like most of this squad it feels like at this point. Cucurella, 60 million. 60 million we paid for Marc Cucurella. Think about that in your head. And Carney Chukwuemeka, who I feel so sorry for because I feel like he should be getting far more minutes. Like, he must be thinking, what the fuck have I got to do to get myself into this team of players that are just fucking freeloaders, right? That are just more than happy to pass the buck, shift the blame to the bloke next to him. A bit of responsibility and think, okay, maybe things need to change. I heard there was some sort of meeting that happened during the week, the Save Our Season meeting that apparently being reported where Potter met with half the senior players. Let's look at the fucking senior players and ask ourselves, are they going to help us save the season? This season, Jesus couldn't save this season for Chelsea now, lads. It's gone. It's gone. The best we can hope for now is that Graham Potter starts to move out the deadwood now in January, starts bringing in some more of the youth, because can they do any worse than what we're seeing right now? I would love to see the likes of Lewis Hall, of Carney Chukwuemeka, of Fofana, Datro Fofana that is. These kind of young players that have come into the squad, I'd love to see them start to be bled into the squad and playing more football. Because I want to see most of this senior squad fucking gone by the summer. I want the season to end, and honestly, if we're not going to make Champions League, I don't want us in Europe at all. Bun off the Europa League, it's a load of shite, and especially fuck off the Conference League. I do not want to be anywhere near it. And I think the Chelsea players are going to oblige, and we might just finish in around 10th. This is the worst Chelsea I've ever seen, by far. And you know, it's 2015-16 all over again, but at least in 2015-16 you looked at that squad and you said, okay, you know, it's an off year, we were terrible that season, but at least there's winners in there. And look, what did we do the following season? We won the fucking league, right? I'm going in, lads, because I'm fucking sick, literally sick and tired, and I want to go to bed. Alright, so enjoy your day, and see you soon. Alright.